Thank you for the opportunity to pitch today. I'll be discussing a novel surgical assist arm that I've developed to make orthopedic surgery easier and more efficient, in particular, fixation of long bone fractures. I'm professor and residency programmer here at UCLA in the Department of Orthopedic Surgery, and has been assisted in this with funding and expertise from the Innovation Fund and Startup UCLA. The clinical problem we're trying to address is one of the most fundamental in orthopedic surgery, which is simply to align broken bones so that we can fix them. You might be surprised how we do this today, which is oftentimes is just simply pulling or pushing on the leg with a mallet or propping the leg with the crush, as you see on the right here. There's an old saying, you have to be as strong as an ox and almost as smart to be an orthopedic surgeon. And this has been a frustrating clinical problem to me for many, many years. The solution I've come with is a novel surgical assist arm that has automated locking. It's simple to operate, precise, stable, and inexpensive. I initially started this out in my backyard with an Arduino and some motors, eventually developed a prototype. This prototype was funded for additional development by the UCLA Innovation Fund. We're currently having a final clinical prototype developed by a product design consultant, Zymedica. Our plan is to take this prototype to the operating room and demonstrate its clinical validation in terms of decreasing operative time, decreasing radiation exposure, and providing excellent patient outcomes to the patient. In addition to our initial market of long bone fractures, we do think this has vast potential application, as these armatures can be utilized in a variety of surgery and replace the current mechanical arms with efficient and inexpensive locking arms. Currently, we have a patent application being prosecuted by our consultants. Our regulatory approach, we anticipate that this will be an FDA Class 1 exempt device based on predicate operating room table accessories. And we really provide tremendous value to the hospital with shorter operative times, decreased use of complicated fracture tables, shorter turnover times that allow them to complete more cases. And we anticipate that this will be an inexpensive product and ultimately cost savings. Our current needs are additional funding to complete transfer to manufacturing so we can have a saleable product, as well as consultation to complete FDA approval as a Class 1 device. Thank you again. I'd be excited to talk to anyone with additional interest. Appreciate all the assistance.
Hi everyone, we are Polypro and we want to turn plastic waste into value. So we are all familiar with the plastic waste problem. For example, there are more than 50 billion PET plastic bottles produced in the United States per year, the large majority of which ends up in landfills or the open environment, where it can take hundreds of years to biodegrade. And the major problem is that there are no good incentives for plastic recycling because it's hard to make it economically viable. And we want to change this by converting PET plastic waste into valuable products using microbes. And the key technology we have developed is a PET plastic eating bacterium. And this bacterium does two things. First, it breaks down the PET polymer into its monomeric building blocks, terephthalic acid and ethylene glycol. And then secondly, it uses these building blocks as an energy source for growth and producing biomass. And we are currently still in a research phase, but potential business models for this technology include harvesting the bacterial biomass and turning it into a single cell protein, which could be used as a feed in the livestock or aquaculture industries. Secondly, using these bacteria to produce value-added chemicals, or simply using these bacteria for plastic biodegradation to get rid of plastic waste and solving the waste problem. As mentioned, we are currently still in a research phase, so we are working on our bacterial prototype. Hopefully early next year, we will publish and patent our technology and engage in further strain development. And then later next year, proceed with the implementation and scale up of this technology. The team includes myself, a postdoctoral scientist here at UCLA, Dr. Olga Schubert, also a postdoc, and Professor Leonid Kobyliak. And we are happy if you reach out to us to discuss our ideas, so just feel free to reach out. And we would also like to thank the Startup UCLA team for guiding us through this program, and thank you for listening.
My name is Jason De Leon. I am Professor of Anthropology and Chicana, Chicano, and Central American Studies. I'm also the Executive Director of the Undocumented Migration Project, or the UMP. The UMP is a long-term research, arts, and education collective that seeks to document and raise awareness about the experiences of clandestine border crossers leaving Latin America and attempting to enter the United States. Our work is committed to humanizing the migration experience while also translating social science data into far-reaching, publicly engaged projects. Our current Keystone project is a global participatory exhibition called Hostile Terrain 94. It's an exhibition designed to raise awareness about migrants who have died in the Arizona desert from the mid-1990s up until now. And this exhibition involves the organization of thousands of volunteers across 6 continents to construct wall maps of the Arizona desert showing individual toe tags that designate those who have lost their lives in this desert. Even though we've been in this pandemic for several months now, we have been able to adjust and engage with people. Through our virtual events, we have reached thousands of people across numerous continents. We've also been able to launch 15 either virtual or virtual/hybrid physical installations for HT94. In addition, during this pandemic, we've been able to get grants from UCLA, the MacArthur Foundation, and Arts for Justice. All of the work that we are doing is part of our desire to build an interdisciplinary research center based around the Undocumented Migration Project. We envision that this research center to be a robust interdisciplinary place where undergraduate and graduate students, as well as faculty, can come together to work on publicly engaged projects around issues of mobility and climate change and other pressing social issues. We envision this to be a place where students will get trained in multimodal social science research with a deep commitment to creating publicly engaged projects. At this point now, after a year being at UCLA and adjusting to things during the pandemic, we see ourselves with a limited runway in terms of funding. And so we are now in critical need of additional operational funds so we can continue our work into 2022, and also raising funds for additional projects, including a large-scale project on migration and climate change, as well as looking for funding to help us transition into a permanent research center. So please check us out and support us if you can. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Living from the Gashwan Lab. It is my pleasure today to share with you our NPAPS Enhancer project. We focus on dementias, like Alzheimer's disease, a major public health concern impacting more than 50 million people in the world with no effective therapies. Abnormal aggregation of a protein named tau is a cause of dementia, and reducing tau levels has been approved effective in animal models of dementia. 10 years ago, we identified a brand new target, NPAPS, an aminopeptidase that regulates tau levels. NPAPS is neuroprotective in dementia patient brains. Its genetic activation lowers tau levels and reduces neurodegenerative symptoms in animal models of dementia. NPAPS enhancers also rescue neuronal survival in dementia patients' stem cell models. Our intended product is small molecule NPAPS enhancers to decrease tau protein levels. Over the last decade, and more recently collaborating with Dr. Zhang, we've been able to develop compound series of NPAPS enhancers, which we predict will block or slow Alzheimer's disease. We have developed the second generation NPAPS enhancers and are working on their preclinical development. To fulfill our goals, we have assembled a brilliant team of neuroscientists and chemists led by Dr. Daniel Gashwan and Dr. Michael Zhang. If you'd like to hear more about our project, please feel free to contact us. Thank you so much for your time and attention.
My name is Tamara Grisales and my partner is Dr. Lena Nathan. We're pleased to present to you our novel vaginal drug delivery system. There are 3 large groups of patients that utilize vaginal medications to manage gynecologic conditions. These include postmenopausal patients with vulvovaginal atrophy, patients with vaginal infections, and infertility patients. Currently available therapies suffer from significant trade-offs for patients. They are unpleasant for the patient, commonly messy and painful to insert, and they lead to poor compliance due to the need for frequent administration, the need for physician administration, as well as cost. Our solution is a drug delivery system that is more user-friendly. These 3 populations represent a large market opportunity. Greater than 16 million women in the US currently suffer from vulvovaginal atrophy. In fact, VVA affects over 50% of midlife and elderly women, which by 2030 will mean over 30 million women will suffer from VVA. In terms of vaginal infections, 10 million office visits occur yearly for vaginal infections, and these are most commonly treated with vaginal medications. And in the infertility world, 12% of women aged 15 to 44 have utilized infertility services, which often require vaginal medications. There are many products in the competitive landscape. Most offer bioabsorbable products that are very short acting with a single product that is longer acting but not absorbable. We aim to fill the gap with creation of long acting bioabsorbable products that are convenient for women of all ages. We have designed a new delivery system that is created from already FDA approved biocompatible polymers and will deliver drugs in a timed release fashion. To date, we have achieved several milestones. We have developed a delivery system prototype, demonstrated non-toxicity of our polymers. Our provisional patent was converted to a regular patent application. We have a pre-IND meeting with the FDA scheduled in January, and we've been selected to compete in the upcoming UCLA Innovation Challenge. Our amazing team is composed of Dr. Lena Nathan from the Department of OBGYN, Dr. Song Lee, the Chair of Bioengineering, Dr. Madi Hassani, a project scientist in the Department of Bioengineering, and myself, and we thank you very much for your attention.
Hi everyone, my name is Imam Medipur, project scientist at UCLA and also VP Technology of Concrete Company. Today I'm proud to share the roadmap of our technology. Concrete's mission is to transform carbon dioxide into construction materials and decarbonize construction sector, which is highly carbon intensive. Today we are looking for partners and investors to help us further scale up our technology. Heavy industries like cement production are highly carbon intensive. Cement, which is the key ingredients in concrete, its production accounts for around 10% of the global CO2 emission. And the current solutions are too expensive, like carbon capture instead. Our process is very straightforward. We are sourcing the waste flue gas from CO2 emission source, forming the concrete products, moving into the carbonation chamber, and they are in contact with the waste flue gas without any carbon capture step. And the CO2 is converted into construction materials. After curing, these low carbon products can be utilized for rapid construction. For our team, Gaurav is a founder and CEO, myself, VP Technology and Production, Stephen Webb, Operation, and Edward Muller, Strategic Advisor. Everyone is a specialist in a specific direction. We have raised 8 million so far for technology development and de-risking of technology by having some pilot scale field demonstration. And also we are one of the 5 finalists for 7.5 million, for competing for 7.5 million XPRIZE competition. We are seeking for 5 million. We are seeking 5 million for 2-year runway. More specifically, we would like to use this money for expanding our technology and verification of our products, and also developing IP and business development. CO2 concrete can revolutionize the climate change mitigation and can make a game change. Thank you.
Scribe VR is an application concept enabling composition, ideation, self-expression, and connection in a 360-degree virtual reality environment. Scribe VR gets us to move. Moving freely in a limitless environment inspires us to be creative and reimagine how we think, compose, and connect. Teachers, give your students a fun way to use both mind and body to self-express, compose, and learn new languages. Writers and mashup artists move through space to create, deconstruct, and recompose words, texts, and symbols. In Scribe VR, choose your avatar, a visual environment, and add ambient sounds and music. Import a chosen text or character set, or explore and have fun with the world's words and symbols in the Scribe VR repository. You can also play with friends. shared composition in Scribe VR exposes us to new and unexpected perspectives and creations. Scribe VR has no competitor in the VR arena. In a world gone remote, the potential market for Scribe VR in education, health, and business is huge, while prices for headsets and hardware are rapidly decreasing. We're looking for partnerships, advisors, and funding to develop and market our VR app to educators, creatives, mental health services, and corporate team building. Join us in making Scribe VR a reality.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Milad Kusha, and I'm the founder of Beyond Acoustic Technologies. Today, a computer can drive a car at 70 miles an hour autonomously, but there is not yet any comparable device to help a blind person walk down a sidewalk at 3 miles an hour. As you can see, navigating with a white cane, especially in busy cities, can get very dangerous and impede their daily living. Keeping in mind the limitations of today's solutions, we designed VZoom, a pair of smart glasses built to aid this community. Aside from its clear benefits such as being hands-free or lightweight, our product offers 5 key features. Firstly, the ultrasonic sensors are fundamental and can detect obstacles up to 3 times further than smart canes. Our bone conduction speakers relay audio notifications to the user discreetly. The built-in GPS provides critical navigation and location services. The camera allows the user to take pictures of what's in front of them and have the scene described to them. And lastly, the tactile switches allow for functionality control. Currently, our version 1 prototype is going through software iteration, and we are looking to start clinical testing in several weeks. The target market that we'd like to focus on first are people in the US who suffer from complete blindness, followed by those in North and South America, and then around the globe. Our approach is dependent on the FDA, and we may or may not need to file a 510(k) or de novo application to gain market clearance. In either case, we plan to market D2C first to gain traction before pushing for insurance coverage. This eventual push to B2B will allow us to reach a larger population. Our team includes myself as the founder and CEO, my father who is a senior electrical engineer, and my peer Kevin Kim, who is helping craft our financial strategy. We also have an advisory board with several ophthalmologists that practice at the USC Eye Institute. We chose a hardware as a service business model where the user will pay a monthly subscription that is required to operate our device and includes device support. Our developmental costs will scale down as the product is finalized and marketed. And based on our financial projections, we are looking to raise around $1.2 million for the next 18 months. People who are visually impaired live in a world where, as the author William Gibson once remarked, the future is already here, it's just not very evenly distributed. We believe it's time to give the visually impaired community the attention and care they deserve. Thank you for listening.
My name is Audra, and I'm the founder of Filter. Many of you have probably used a Brita pitcher. This is the filter that goes inside of your Brita pitcher. It is not reusable, it is not recyclable, and consumers have to remember to go to the store every 2 months. At Filter, our solution is a reusable filter case. It opens and closes, and it takes this pod of activated carbon every 2 months that is delivered to you via a subscription model. Our products are compostable and recyclable. Over the course of 4 years, a consumer using our product will save 7,200 plastic bottles of water. And our business model is simple. You purchase our filter case for $10, and then you can subscribe to receive pods of activated carbon every 2 months. And from talking to our customers, we found that they don't actually like their current water filter pitchers. So our solution is a plastic-free water pitcher that takes our pods of activated carbon that is patent pending. And just so you know, this is a very large market we are operating on. And like our competitors, we reduce lead and chlorine, but we are also sustainable and we offer a subscription model. And you can currently buy our filter case on Amazon or on our website. We've done a lot since we launched in April of 2019, which includes a Kickstarter, manufacturing, and we're also a participant in the Lacey Innovators Program. And we've partnered with several nonprofits like Thoughtful. And currently, we are looking to do a small pre-seed raise of $200K. This will help fund the manufacturing for our plastic-free water pitcher and get our water certification so that we can scale faster and sell retail. We have a great team to make Filter happen. I'm a PhD candidate in EEB, and I have great advisors like Maureen Stockton and Peter Yolis. Thank you for your time today. Please remember that filters are trash, but they don't have to be.